The Nile Conference shockwaves are expected tonight here at the Mustafa Hassan Sports Hall in Cairo, boasting 1 win and 2 losses, both Beira of Mozambique and the Cape Town Tigers know that they need to win tonight in order to pursue their quest to qualify for Kigali. And there we can see the starting 5 for Beira, and I think the standout player, Will Perry, absolutely on fire in their last encounter.
Coming out with that 41 points, tying the scoring record in the BAL-Africa League. A lot of focus will be on Will Young, the Young, the other really important player on the inside. Will Perry and Mokhtar Gay will be a factor inside the paint.
Fighting talk from Coach Haz, and we've got a change in the team in the starting 5 here, Q.
Zamalek comes into the starting lineup. Josh Hall away with under concussion protocol, so he won't be taking part in this one. They hope they have him back. But Evans Ganapamo, Zaire Wade, Binege, and captain Peter Prinsloo, the starting 5 for Coach Rashid.
It's all been set up. It's all nicely poised as we embark on a journey that will take us between South Africa and Mozambique, a battle of the highest order. It really is the clinch time. It really is the very important moment that we've been waiting for to find out how things will prevail in terms of going into the final game. This man here, absolutely outstanding. He played, of course, with Beira last season, 41 points, but just look at the number of 3-pointers that he produced in the last game.
A record in the BAL, but also he's averaging 33.5 minutes a game. He is the engine that runs this Beira offense, 22 points, and he is 12 of 23 from downtown, shooting it at 52%. The man who's going to be responsible for guarding him more than likely will be this guy, Zaire Wade. 34 minutes, he had 2 points, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. It's not about his offensive output. It's how he gets the stop on this very, very clinical point guard for Ferroviario de Beira, and he'll know that he's got his work cut out for him. The Cape Town Tigers have a couple of options. Binege and Tele can also switch out on Perry.
Very important to find out how he will play out there today. But it's an interesting battle. Wade finding really his feet and getting himself into this BAL, which is fantastic to see. Prinsloo and Sidibe go up for the tip-off, and is won by the men in black. Cape Town Tigers get the ball rolling here with Wade using Prinsloo as the screen. Tries to go and pick up possession. It will be Beira who have the ball in their hands.
Not an ideal start. They're very well read on the defensive end, and they get a hand on and first turnover for the Tigers.
Will Perry, with his first touch of the ball, gets it back into the hands of Sidibe. Sidibe playing an important role. There's no MOZ. He's very wily as well. That's a good drive. And it looks like Selly just got in the way.
Tough cover, that is. Ismail Nurmamad is giving up a couple of inches, and Nurmamad will put the ball on the floor. He is a capable scorer, averaged just about 9.2 in BAL in season 1. And his numbers are up, 12 points, 2 rebounds in this 3rd edition of the BAL-Africa League.
Straight to the free throw line as Coach Hernandez working hard to try and create this a team that can be victorious. They managed to beat Duke in the Sahara Conference last season. That was their only win, and now they've managed to win their first game against the City Oilers, of course, in a position where 2 wins could potentially send them through to Kigali. Ganapamo, nice put in, great pass. Silly with a wonderful bit of vision there.
And that might settle the nerves for both teams. That's a great find. Ganapamo, chance to show off a little bit of that athleticism.
No, Jail Young just working the ball around. Nurmamad again goes up, and well, it's Prinsloo just gets in the way, and he looks around, and there was contact. Free throw line it will be for that fine player Nurmamad.
Well, you talk about settling nerves. He drives strong to the rim, Ismail Nurmamad. I think he likes that Tele matchup. He's pushing the ball on the floor, and he gets the foul from Prinsloo. He's got another opportunity for at the charity stripe, but this time it's for a 3-point play.
Yeah, good strong start, and you talked about the nerves of coming into an encounter which is pivotal in terms of whether or not you can actually qualify for Kigali, and a big matchup here as we just wait for Nurmamad to pick up possession. To the free throw line he goes.
Been with Beira since 2013. He knows the club inside and out, and the Mozambique international, Nemamad.
Coach has watches on. Wade takes the ball up. Bit of pressing here from Beira. They're going to mix it up a little bit, I think. They'll have looked through the videos and tried to observe and seen the reasons and ways to beat them. As Prinslow's shot comes back out, picked up by Young.
Looking for offense early, Peter Prinsloo. He opts for the long-range shot. It's one of his preferred methods of scoring.
Prinsloo trying to keep him down. Does really well with the first efforts, but the second, it's Nigel Young who gets fouled, and that's the second foul for Prinsloo in the space of a couple of minutes, Q. A bit concerning.
That is second foul. That means they might have to make some changes, and I see Sibanyoni making his way from the bench. So Prinsloo in foul trouble early, and so there will be a change on the floor.
First shot good for Young. And there is the change. Prinsloo going off. A little bit of a timeout with Sibanyoni coming on.
Nigel Young has been outstanding for Ferroviario de Beira. 17.7 points. It's a 65.7% on the interior. He scores a lot of his points, if not all of his points inside. He's only taken 2 threes in this competition.
He likes the contact zone, doesn't he, Q? And that shot's good.
Scores remarkably well for his size.
Ganaparo, top scorer for the Tigers. Here's Vinny J out to Wade. Wade just inside. It's a good score from Wade, and that's a good start for him. And it's a 3-pointer, in fact, just outside of the arc before he went in.
A nice in the rhythm of the offense. Wade just pulls up and knocks down a long-range shot.
Senegal's Mac Gay just going around the outside, unable to go anywhere there, and then the ball comes up over the top. He can't use the boards, and it's been that'll be made safe. Wade down on the ground, and he's hitting the ground because he's not too happy. Seems to be okay. Let's just have a look what happened. He came back down. That could have been quite nasty. Seems to be all right. Trying to shake it off, but he is hobbling.
Scary moment here for the Tigers. Already have limited options on their bench at the point guard position.
Yeah, you won't want to get injured so early on. You don't want to get injured at all. Ganapamo, he's in trouble. Ball comes back out. Sele cuts inside. Nicely done. That is sensational. That's a beautiful piece of basketball there from Sele. Drove in. Oh, the touch.
Exquisite athleticism from Sele on that play.
And the drive coming up from Young doesn't happen, but Sidibe's there. I'm just keeping my eye on Wade to see how he's dealing with this, because he hit the ground. He knows that he has to change. He has to go off and get some treatment for that ankle.
Well, it looks like he is going to get a substitution.
Beautiful score from Ganaparo. And they move to 9-8. It's just not the ideal time, is it?
Well, it's going to be a battle, and we know that it's a battle. It's a derby game, and more things happening on the floor.
Will Perry gets his first score, and it comes from a layup because he was the matchup with Wade. Obviously, can exploit that injury.
Trying to exploit the injury, and does a great job of attacking the rim. Perry on that possession.
Wade still staying on, somehow fighting the pain. Well, that's going to be a foul on Sibanyoni. They'll go to the free throw line.
I like the drop-off pass from Benaje. Finds Sibanyoni, and there is a substitution. Nigel Young just looking on, trying to figure out what happened. Sidibe should pick up the foul, and Wade will get a chance to have attention to that ankle.
Yeah, and I think that's just the most important thing at the moment. You know, health is more important than anything. Let's hope that ankle is going to be okay. Let's hope that he's going to be okay. Focus on Sibanyoni at the free throw line. Just waiting for confirmation that Selepe can actually come on. Now there's the thumbs up from the officials, so it's all right for him to come on as we see that the camera is on Wade. They're just assessing the ankle there to find out what the state of play is for Zaya Wade. And we'll catch up with Usher in a moment when she's picked some information. Come in whenever you want, Usher. As we see Sibanyoni go up, and that's a good score as well from the free throw line. We're level at 10 points apiece with 6:38 left in the first.
Sibanyoni was 100% from the free throw line before that miss, and he'll just be happy to get one for himself.
That's great work, isn't it? You know, perseverance pays when you're strong and you're just chopping through the thicket.
His left hand is so skillful inside the paint. Ajil Young, strong too.
Well, just to give you a quick update on Zaire Wade, he's feeling better now. He knows that he can come out back on the court and help his team in this game.
Well, that's great news. That's great news. A little bit of strapping, a little bit of spray. I'm sure that's enough. That's a great score from Perry. Perry changing his routine three-point machine, you know, from the outside on this occasion. That's 2 layups for him, and he draws the foul.
That's why he's such a tough cover. He'll read the matchup and then try and exploit whatever weaknesses he's identified. This time, using his speed, getting inside, contact. And Selepe late hits the elbow of Perry, count the bucket and one.
Yeah, he's a very composed player, isn't he, Will Perry? Love talking to him because he's just grounded. He's got his feet firmly on the ground, and he talks so well. But you know, the way that he talks basically is the way that he plays his basketball. It's composed, it's smart and intelligent basketball, and he knows what he's capable of doing.
Well, he certainly does. He showcased every single part of his ability, and I think he's earned the respect of a lot of point guards around the conference, if not around the BAL.
Oh, absolutely, and outside of the, you know, the continent, I think. Here we go with Benije. Benije just waits for the screen, unable to get past Nomad, picked up, and it's stolen. That's a great bit of skullduggery there from Sele. Sele with the little, oh, he's using it. That is beautiful. That's one of the standout scores there for the Tigers.
That is unreal work from Kele. Just the ability to hold the jump in the air and then the manipulation with the ball in hand.
That's Hollywood Matrix style moves, that is. Nomad goes up. His ball doesn't sink through the hoop. And here is Selepe. Selepe up against Perry. Selepe goes up. Tries to go high off the boards, doesn't happen. Picked up, made safe at the back, taken forward by the Senegalese giant K. Long-range shot, it's a big attempt from downtown. The rebound not taken by Sidibe. And we have a timeout here, but a very interesting tussle that's taking place between the two nations, representatives from the southern part of Africa.
Another look at that beautiful move from Kele getting inside. It's the defense that turns to offense, and 2 more points to the Tigers total.
15-12 Beira lead. The Tigers will take a break. We'll be back in a couple of moments. Don't go away, people. Welcome back to the Hassan Mustafa Sports Hall here in Cairo. The Giza Pyramid's just around the corner with this battle between Beira and the Cape Town Tigers of South Africa. Asha, we're going to go across to you because we can see that Zaire Wade is back on. It seems to be a lot better. What was the talk on the bench for the Tigers?
Yes, with Zaire Wade back on the court, the coach wants them to use the backcourt, pass that ball around and get options in the paint, but just keep the movement going.
Keep the movement going. Get the ball into the hands of that man there because Sele has been outstanding, Q. Ball goes up into Ganapamo. That's a good pass from Wade. It's a little bit too short. Made safe there by Sidibe.
He has been. They need to be aware, though, on the defensive end in terms of rebound, second chance opportunities. That is now the third second chance or sixth second chance point for Ferroviario. They lead the rebounding battle 7-4 in its early days.
Defense primordial. Here's Wade taking the ball up court, waiting for support. It just all settles. It opened up for him. That's what he does. He's calling the plays on the other side, and then they all get distracted. Decoy.
Great read. Excellent finish. And they're showcasing some athleticism on that play.
6 from 12 field goals, 6 from 10 for the Tigers. Shot doesn't fall. Ganapamo, and a chance for them to hit back and try and reel in that little 5-point lead. Little, I mean, you know, call it what you like. Is Ganapamo goes to go for a, Benije going for a big shot there.
But it won't count. They call dead ball as the ball touches the top and hits the shot clock and a game clock as well. So it's going to be out of bounds, and it will be Ferroviario basketball.
Very interesting the way that Coach has it stirred up the Cape Town Tigers following that loss in their previous game, going into the matchup against Ahly yesterday.
Well, seasoned coach. He'll know which buttons to push and when to push them. And so we've seen an improvement on the floor in terms of performance from the Tigers.
That's a very nice slick pass there. And they get another chance. It's rebound capital at the moment, and they get that score finally with Sidibe.
They can't buy a defensive rebound at this point, but it's been all the hustle. Impressive from Ferroviario as they assault the rim. And another second chance opportunity, third chance opportunity falls.
And Dylan Whitbread's come on as well to get some early time on court. In the opening quarter, as Sidibe goes to the charity line. And it's Nurmamad who's getting a bit of treatment on that left knee, as on his left knee now. Wade trying to find options. Benije waits. Shot clock down to 3. Oh, and there's your 3. Beautiful score from down in the corner. Trigonometry capital of the world.
That is great shot creation. And with the shot clock winding down, fades away on the step back and hits a big-time 3.
And that's a good defensive rebound there by Benije, the Nigerian, picking it up, goes on a storming run. Can he get himself up and in? Oh, my! That is sensational. And I think it counts as well. Yes, it does.
Absolutely does. Another great example of shot making, and this time it's Benije.
You'd have been disappointed he didn't draw the foul there, Q.
Hands straight up. Good call by the ref. Good non-call by the ref, and there's a travel violation.
Yeah, that's on Nigel Young, and that's a little bit frustrating as well for Beira, who of course have just had their their lead reel back in. Just look at that. That is fantastic.
Classy shot making by Michael Benije.
Just look at those aerial lines, Q. It's sumptuous. Not even arrows make those lines.
Purest geometry out there.
Benije off the back of that three-pointer. His first points tonight. Sele goes up for a three-pointer, and it's been made safe that he couldn't keep it in his hands, and they give it back. Sibagnoni, unfortunate there. Will Perry picks it up, and they still lead by 1, Beira. Oh, that's a good pass. It's a very good pass. Straight into the hands of that man, Chirombe, who's come on. Sidibe unable to slam it down. And there is Sibagnoni got just in his way, and, well, I think that he'll go straight to the free throw line and a chance to shoot 2.
Well, some paint problems here for the Tigers. Sidibe almost putting Sibagnoni on one of those posters, but there's really great ball movement inside the paint. And we get to see all of that experience accumulated at Syracuse from Sidibe, and he is a factor inside the paint. He's the Malian center.
Yeah, wonderful player, and you know, he's itching to get himself to Kigali so that he can take on Stade Mali, and of course that would be some encounter. It's always wonderful when you've got players who play for different teams who come up against the home team, who know him inside and out.
Yeah, he's a frame. He's listed at 208 and 102 kilograms. He definitely has presence inside the paint.
Let's call him a big unit, shall we?
There's lots of big units then if we're using that scale.
Sidibe off the metal, picked up, maintained. Chirombe, Perry back out. And it goes in, and that's traveling call. You can see that the officials catching up with that quite early. He finished off the move, but it doesn't count the points. And a little bit of communication there.
Tigers might breathe a sigh of relief with that call coming in. It was, again, great execution.
Wade seems to have shaken off that little that awkward fall down into the corner. Benije tries to get rid of his man. Shot clock down to 6. Needs a screen, tries to go around the outside. It's flung over to the other side. Got to go for the shot, less than 1 second. It's a big shot, but it doesn't. And it's been flung away. And it will be Beira who pick up possession And it will be Chirombe who has the ball in his hands.
Well, Whitbread trying to find Wade with the touch, just evades the intended recipient. It goes out of bounds.
Will Perry up against Wade, goes in, goes out, gets it back into the paint. And it's going around. That's an under and out. That's beautiful. That is, you know, he's so dangerous when he gets hold of the ball, Mac Gay, and, you know, he's very dangerous in the paint. Wiley.
They are problem matchups right now for the Tigers inside the paint, and that's excellent footwork and a finish from Gay.
Benije. Up against Gay. Again, this is a little bit frustrating because they're just, the press is spooking them marginally, I get the impression, and they're just not being composed as they were at the start.
Small margins, and the ball slipped out of Benije's hand, but that is what pressure does. It causes these little errors in the offense and can result in turnovers. Credit the Beira defense.
Give them credit. Got to give the positives, don't we, when we see them? Will Perry. Will Perry waits, bides his time into the last, we've got 20 seconds, go straight through the middle. That is beautiful. Oh, he just couldn't get it in. Young tries to get it. They pick it back up, and there's a foul. And there's a foul that's brought down Sele. Assessing the situation, and logically, it's a Beira foul.
But it looked like it was a Beira foul.
Right.
Then it goes to the ground hard.
Exactly. And that's why they get possession. It was just assessing the situation. Sometimes they need to do that.
Well, only the second team foul for this Beira outfit in the first quarter. And I think it is Mungawambe who will pick up the foul call.
There it is, bit of a tussle. Wins the last play of this first quarter. Ganapamo gets the ball out. Opportunity knocks for Sele. Oh my, that is sumptuous there. And a big three-pointer. That takes them to just 1 point at the end of the first quarter. A buzzer beater of the highest order.
Quick catch, quick release, good find by Ganapamo, and Sele is being given the opportunity to shoot from the outside, and he's relishing it.
Here we go. We're going to take a small break, but as it stands, it's 23 points for Beira, 22 for the Cape Town Tigers here in Cairo. Time for a break. Yes, welcome back to Cairo, and we are here for this battle between Mozambique champions Beira and the Cape Town Tigers of South Africa. It's a 1 point lead so far as we go into the second quarter. What about a riveting start to this showdown of the highest order, as we deemed it?
Well, you know that, and we spoke about the 3 previous games that they played. The coach alluded to it. 2 of those games came down to 1 possession, came down to 1 point, and it will be tightly contested throughout. Right now for Beira, they have 16 rebounds and 16 points in the paint, and that is a key area where they were able to capitalize in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Beira 9 points, second chance points. Just gives you an idea of the rebounds that are happening. They're just getting the players in the right position in the paint, following the shots that don't fall, and that's vital if you want to go out and win. They come into this off the back of a fantastic big win over the City Oilers, of course, and a wild pass that goes out wide, picked up by Ganapamo, and that will be the Tigers who will go storming forward once again.
Well, they bring him Tembo in to try and shore up the paint. He is athletic and can block shots, and so we'll see how his matchups work inside the paint.
Benije back out to Wade. They've got to watch the shot clock. Didn't have much time up the last time they got themselves into a dangerous position. 2 seconds remaining. That's gone short, but it's been picked up by Ntembu, but down to 0, and that's a problem.
Excellent contest, Sidibe, on the shot from Tele. Shot clock awareness was very, very evident, and great defensive possession.
Somusa Ntembu on court. Sidibe, and that's traveling call going against CDBA, and left a little bit frustrated there.
Oh, hero on one end, villain on the other in the sequence of plays.
That often happens. Let's go and catch up with Usher. Usher, what did you pick up from that after the end of that first quarter when the coaches were with their players?
Coach Hernandez is really concerned about his players passing that ball and just making sure they beat the Cape Town Tigers defense, but things are not working out for them. They have 2 straight turnovers, and they need to really correct that with this good defense that they played on that possession.
Will Perry stealing the ball, racing up court, drawing the foul and doing the dangerous play. And it's Wade who just gets in the way, and that will be his first foul.
Yeah, 5th Tigers turnover. And CFV-Beira, they have 6 turnovers of their own.
There's Perry hitting his first from the free throw line.
Lenore Ryan in North Carolina, Division II school, where he played his college basketball. Will Perry.
Peter Prinsloo coming on, 8:47 left in this first half. He's already got 2 fouls, and it's Mtembu who goes off to the bench. Wade. It's a 25-22 scoreline. Tight tussle taking place here. They're being pressurized a little bit. Prinsloo picks it up, 1 step forward, 3-point shot going in. It doesn't sink. Made safe at the back.
Well, he did pretty well to get out of that double team. There was good pressure from the CFV-Beira defense. Prinsloo missing the open shot.
Sidibe gets the ball out to Nomad. And there's Young trying to find his way. Doesn't find a way past that man. Prinsloo steps back but produces a lovely jumper.
He just knows how to score inside the paint. He's just so skilled.
He's a sneaky man, isn't he? He's a sneaky shooter.
Sometimes it's just aggressive.
It's just, yeah, really. Wade. Prinsloo. Ganapamo, waiting for Ganapamo to stand up. He's got 4 points so far. He's being a little bit harassed there. Benije, and unable to sink again. Just coming through. Good defensive work there from Beira.
Yeah, Prinsloo had a lot of options, and Benije cut in. Just couldn't finish under duress.
And the attempted pass there into the hands of Sidibe doesn't happen from Will Perry. He tried his hardest, but it just trickled over the line and went out of bounds. Wade picks it up, goes forward. They've got to get points from the next phase. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been tough going to start out here in the second quarter.
Oh, massive bucket there. Shooting for the Stars, Ganapamo.
His first 3 in conference play, Evans Ganapamo.
And get out of there, Benije blocks, gets rid of it. Ganapamo back up court, waiting, biding his time. Full back, 10, 2 points, beautiful. He's so athletic.
Poetry in motion, that is a go-to move on the fadeaway. Because of that athleticism, it's almost a guaranteed bucket.
It's as though he expects there to be a couch behind him as he falls back. You know, beautiful play. And that shot will not count.
Mungawambe commits the travel again. More pressure defense. You called it, Robbie. And now just a little bit of a scoring run. 5 quick points brings the Tigers level, 27 apiece.
And Ganapamo with some fine basketball indeed. Just look at that. It's when he shoots from long range or wherever he shoots from. In fact, it's beautiful to watch, isn't it?
Pretty, one of the
technique.
Prettiest shots in basketball. 1 of 8 outcomes from the 3-point line.
Another 3-point attempt. Prinsloo tries to swat it back to a teammate. Will Perry's waiting in the shadows, and he goes up to try and score. He's so good at that. But Prinsloo may have picked up his 3rd foul on Sidibe, and that is not good news for the Tigers.
Well, their struggles on controlling the rebound, and yeah, it is Perry. He goes up. Great position there for Sidibe, but Prinsloo picks up the 3rd coming in.
And 6:33 left in the half. There's a lot of basketball to be played, Q, and you've got to keep your bigs on the court as long as possible.
3 fouls in 3 minutes for Prinsloo.
And he went off and came back on, of course, as we know. Sidibe trying to churn. Prinsloo goes back to Perry. Wade nearly interrupts his game. It's been knocked out of bounds by, I think it's Gay, and it's going to be Tigers' possession.
Perry doesn't need much room to just laser in the shot. It rims out, but he is still leading the conference in percentage, 52.2 from outside.
Cape Town Tigers second season playing in the BAL. Managed to get themselves to the quarterfinals last season in their first run. He does it every time. He's an absolute joy to the eye. Sele time.
Man, it's his ability to hang in the air. He's just so super athletic and a difficult cover of the pick and roll.
That's beautifully done. Sidibe takes a sumptuous pass there from Young and just makes sure that the points are in the bag.
Talking about beautiful, that was a great read of the pick and roll. You just look at the vision of Perry, drops it off, and an easy finish for Sidibe.
Perry with the pass. And Prinsloo makes way. And another change. This time we've got Sibagnoni who comes back on. He's got 2 fouls as well, so they've got to be careful, these guys.
But they're cycling through options on or inside the paint. The basket is scored, and Beira up by 1.
A tight tussle here in Cairo. 5:44 left in this first half. Benije needs to be exploited a little bit more. Sele, surely not. Oh, it just doesn't fall, but they get shot clock back to 14. He goes up. Oh, that's a big block coming in from Sidibe. There are 3 of them, I think.
That was amazing defense from Sidibe.
Steal and a chance for them to try and do something here. Ball taken out of his hands. Is that Will Perry? That's extraordinary.
Wow, this was a crazy sequence of play on both ends of the floor. Both teams just guilty of rushing and trying to find the words.
No, I think that all it is it's fast, frantic, frenetic, and very interesting to see just how eager all of these players are to get hold of the ball and play their game. It's all happening out here tonight, which is fantastic. Ganapamo picked up by Wade. Wade makes it safe. Shot clock down to 6. You got to go for it. There's your mid-range 2, and it just comes off the metal there, made safe by Chirombe, and into the hands of that man, Najeel Young.
They rushed the offense just a little bit on those couple of possessions, and really both teams are rushing the offense at this point.
He's so strong, isn't he, Young, when he goes through, still with the ball in his hands. Sidibe, now there's a battle. Sele will not let go.
Goes to ground. He gets the jump ball call. The possession arrow is with the Cape Town Tigers, and they will secure possession.
And there's a timeout that's been called. And as you can see, it's a very tight tussle. 30 points for Beira, 29 for the Cape Town Tigers. And we're going to take a small break. We will be back. We have 4:43 left in the second quarter. There's 1 point separating these 2 rivals from the southern part of Africa. You can see that Samkelo Sele, 9 points, 4 from 8 field goals, 3 rebounds. He's putting in a strong performance for the first time here in the Nile Conference as we see some of his plays. He's in the starting 5.
Well, he gets the start because of Josh Hall not being available, and you have a look at his athleticism. He is able to hang in the air. He was known as a very athletic athlete in high school, and it doesn't just dissipate. If anything, it evolves, and we're getting to see it right now.
I think the physicians basically sort of, loved him because he defies gravity. It's as simple as that. When he hangs, and he still produces the goods while he's in the air, being knocked around in the air by the defense. The battle to try and tussle. Well, it's been stolen there. Young finally gets his hands on it, despite the fact that Sibagnoni was trying to get it up the other end. That's a big tussle, and Young gets a 3rd rebound points.
It's been an all-out assault as Wade is on the ground. Once again, he's had issues with his ankle, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get back up now. He's being helped up by his teammates, and going to have it looked at once again. It looks like it's that same ankle, Robbie.
Yeah, that's a bit of an issue, isn't it? Watched on by his father, of course, NBA champion with Miami on 3 occasions, Dwayne Wade.
And he goes
there it is. You see him in the corner there, Q.
Just landed awkwardly on that attack into the paint. Couldn't get up straight after that. And he is now going to go and get some attention inside the locker room.
Yeah, he's going to, yeah, that makes sense. We really hope that he comes back on. There's his father. He's the oldest child of Dwayne Wade, just 21 years of age, and making his mark in this BAL and having an absolute blast. We saw him in the Combine in Paris, and he got picked by the Tigers. Whitbread going through. Sibagnoni picks it up. Oh, get out of there. Sidibe makes his moment count.
Oh, he's just super athletic. We were starting to see the real presence inside the paint of Sidibe. He clears that out with disdain.
Silly. Shot clock down to 5. Oh, how about that? And the 3 points count. Benije, a brilliant, and it's a 4-point play.
Well, Benije has been very, very resolute in his shot selection. Under lots of pressure, makes the shot.
I thought there was some kind of illegal activity. In fact, something's happening because the officials are going straight over to the table.
I think they're going to check whether it is a 2 or a 3.
That's, yeah.
Part of the check.
That makes sense. Official review. From where I was standing, he was literally... Oh, there you can see it. We'll see the review once again. We'll go back to where his feet were. But they'll make their mind up now, of course.
Well, it's just been such frenetic action on the floor. And this is an important review in terms of the context of where this game is. The Tigers have not figured out how to keep Beira off the boards, and that's probably going to be a central narrative. You look at the catch in the corner, and he's clearly behind the line.
It's a 3-point play. And Julian Scott, the crew chief, and Mohamedou Diallo of Mali, and Aya Ahmed of Egypt. There they are, just going through the video replay. And it is a 3-point play. Asha,
yeah, just listening to Julian Scott, he says it is shooting 1 on the free throw line.
Okay, 3-point play, and they go to the free throw line for 1 shot.
I think it's 4-shot interference and distraction. So I think a technical foul was awarded on that. Just confirming, I think, that they have that 3-point count, and it will be for 1 more and a chance for the Tigers to take a lead.
Right, so we're looking at that situation. We've also got the situation with Zaire Wade, who's gone off. Asha, did we saw him get literally carried out into out to the locker room to be checked by the medics. What's the state of play?
Yeah, the state of play is that he's getting an assessment first and then treatment, but it's not necessarily looking good. He has the support of his father, Dwayne Wade, in the locker room. I'll keep you updated.
Thank you so much, Asha. 32 points apiece. Benije, Ganapama, they've got to find solutions now. Wade not on the court. Sele could play a pivotal role for the Tigers tonight. He already has, gets the ball out. Whitbread gets some space. His shot is a little bit too short. Picked up by Young.
Well, it looked like it slipped out of his hand for Whitbread as he misses that one.
That's a great score, isn't it? That's a great drive. It's a great score. Means the world for Young. Hernandez also very busy talking to one of his top players.
We've already talked about his effectiveness inside the paint. Goes right at the chest of Sibagnoni, finishes, and he has a chance to go to double digits here if he gets this free throw in. But he's already got 7 rebounds. Najil Young has been really, really strong inside the paint for Beira.
Over the top it goes, and in it goes. 35-33. Oh, it's a turnover ball. There it is. Picked up, luckily for the Tigers, they don't get it. Whitbread goes for a big 3-pointer. Oh, the rebound. The rebound's not good from Sibagnoni. Should have nailed that, should have put that in, as Senegal's Gay takes it up court.
There are too many easy opportunities being missed here by the Tigers.
Oh, this Gay who gives the ball away, calming things down. taking their time.
Benajay has been present on both ends for the Tigers.
Big shot coming back. He gets another chance. Sele. Sibagnoni. Benijay. Shot clock down to 8. Oh, he's seen that it's opened up. Chucks it out. It goes up, but it doesn't go in from that man, Whitbread.
Nice find from Benajay. Right option. Finds the shooter wide open. Whitbread just can't make the shot.
15 rebounds for the Tigers, 29 for Beira. Just to put things into perspective, has to change.
Something's got to give on the glass for the Tigers.
Will Perry down towards the baseline. Lovely play. Just an easy, cheeky, smooth little pass there to pick out that man Chirombe, who moves up and gets his first points on the board.
More points in the paint for this Beira team.
Ganapamo goes up, it draws the foul. I think it might be Young who's... sorry, it isn't. It's Sidibe who commits the foul.
26 points in the paint. Ferroviario de Beira, they've only attempted 3 shots from the outside, from the perimeter. They really have honed in on their game plan and their strategy. There's a foul called. Ganapamo to the free throw line.
2:10 left in the first half.
Second Beira team foul.
Ganapamo, double figures. First player for the Tigers to move into double figures. Sibagnoni makes way for Tembu.
Well, if we're talking about people or players that are going to be pivotal for either team, Ganapamo is definitely going to be one of those, especially down the stretch here for the Tigers.
Yeah, you've got to cover for someone that you don't have anymore, but you know, they're playing for each other and they're playing for a place in Kigali potentially. So let's just put it into perspective. Young's pass to Gay, not precise enough. Possession back in the hands of the Tigers, but we do have a timeout that's been called with 2 minutes remaining before the end of the half.
Turnovers starting to pile up here for Beira. They go to 14 turnovers on that mistake. And if there has been a reprieve for Cape Town, that has been it. They've been assaulted inside the paint, but Beira haven't really taken great care of the basketball.
Well, you know what happens when they don't. I mean, you know, the fact that they've just been chucking the ball a little bit left, right, and centre, not holding it, not keeping that possession, not taking their time and biding their time and looking at the clock cue.
I just feel like both teams have been a bit rushed on the offensive end, and it's been very evident when we saw Petro and Slack a little bit earlier. More controlled, more tempo driven. Each game is different. Each game has got its own different story. But I think a little bit more control at the point guard position, and even on the other side, the matchups, the defensive pressure is also causing a little bit of what we're seeing happen on the floor.
Yeah, composure is important, you know, it's super important. And we always want to see a team that are composed. You know, when you see a composed team, you know that they're in control of what they're doing. When they rush, sometimes they can get the better of you. Hot heads, or you're going to have cool heads. That's the difference.
Cape Town stay in the City Bay has been pivotal inside the paint, and also on the defensive end. We've got a real look at his ability to block shots. He's made it very tough for the Cape Town bigs, clearing it out and also scoring points and picking up rebounds inside.
Yeah, 2 rebounds, 9 points, and which is about a 10th of the average of what Usher collects when she's been playing. Oh, we don't have to go into details.
A compliment.
Yeah, no, of course it is. I always throw you compliments. Little nuggets here and there. And we're waiting for your nuggets. What did you pick up from that timeout from Hernandez?
Yeah, Coach Hazard just honestly asking the players to continue to move that ball, but using the backcourt and taking that ball to Tele, and hopefully he can continue to deliver for the Cape Town Tigers. Yeah.
Selly unable to land that mid-range 2 on that occasion. Perry around the outside. Whitbread standing on him, trying to get in his way. Perry composed. Oh, that's a lovely touch, isn't it? You know, Young puts himself in that very good pocket of space the moment that it goes up.
Another rebound, another second chance point. That is 28, or rather 13 second chance points.
Tembu, and that might be an offensive foul. Would you get the on? Well, no, it's Will Perry still moving marginally, but you just gotta. You'll see this.
Young, skies in again, and nobody's on him, just freedom inside the paint. And Young, well, showing a little signs of pain. He's holding that left hand.
It's the left wrist, isn't it?
Yeah, the scoring hand, which might be a concern.
Well, that's where he's got the Midas touch, isn't it? It's that magic wizard hand.
Everything else is very solid. That hand has got a soft finesse touch.
It does. It's like he's wearing one of those silky velvet gloves.
You said it best.
I do my best. It goes in. It's fallen there for Mthembu. And there we have 13 points, 10 rebounds. It's a double-double for that man Young, and we're not even at the end of the first half.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
Look at that. Oh, he's just... Sidibe wasn't ready for that. Chirome picks it up, and I'm afraid that's a travelling call, and they give possession away. Little bit of shakiness there.
These unforced errors are keeping Cape Town Tigers in it. Beira just can't control their offensive possessions, and that is 15 turnovers now.
Ganapamo, Benije, 1 minute remaining, less than that. Benije, the Nigerian. Oh, that's a good pass to Ganapamo, goes outside. Selepe looks for an answer, looks for an option. Sele drops it into the hands of Mthembu. Need to be careful, 5 seconds. Sele down towards the baseline, slips and goes down and loses possession. Hope that he's okay. We can't afford to see any more injuries on either side of the court.
Just as he was setting to try and attack the paint, he loses his footing, and there is another turnover.
Selepe on Will Perry now. Here's Young. Down into the paint is Sidibe. Sidibe trying to muscle his way through the thicket. Very complicated. That's nicely done. Picked up by Ganapamo, and there's a foul by Young on Ganapamo.
This could be important because it could be a clear path, and that would mean 2 shots and possession for the Tigers with just 11.6 seconds. There's no defense clearly in front of him. The foul is committed, and I do think they've called the replay and they triggered the replay system just so that they get this right.
So the fact that Ganapamo actually took the ball, he was already on his way, and then Young tangled him up, whereas Ganapamo had a clean path to go to the basket. So he would have scored those 2. But the fact that he got tangled up, he tangled him up, means that obviously they could go to the free throw line as well.
So that's why they'll get 2 plus the possession. I think that will be the call. What they got to decide, though, is if the defense was ahead of him, will Perry on the other side? No, not from that visual, but not my interpretation. We've got to wait for the referees.
And Julian Scott and Aya Ahmed will give us the verdict.
Just a quick update there. Referee Julian Scott saying it is a foul on Young, and the team fouls are 4-4. It will be a side ball.
Interesting interpretation.
Okay, there's they're trying to interpret what's going on. Coach Flosh is down there, of course, and we got to just accept the rules and the regulations. That's what they are. That's what the review came out with, and that's how it is. We have 11.6 seconds remaining. Benije up against Will Perry. Got to get some more movement. You can see Coach has. Benije goes up, it goes in, and that is a great score. And then a very important score as well. Charges through, gets the points, and draws the foul.
That is a superb take from Benije. He gets into the body of the defender, Sidibe, who's trailing him, finishes with the right hand, gets the 2, and he gets to the free throw line.
Yeah, and it's not just anybody who actually fouls as well. It's Sidibe, one of the key players who is on to his seconds now. He gets the ball in his hands, 3.6 left on the clock. They got a chance to go potentially level up. And there it is.
11 points for Mike Benije. And there's a timeout.
Yeah, the timeout's been called. These are important moments, of course, because they can set their, they can organize a play, and they can try and put something together with 3.6 seconds remaining. Luis Hernandez of Beira knows that his team have possession. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, it's all about X's and O's right now, and it's Benajay actually up to 12 points, leading all the scoring on the floor for the Tigers. Young has 13 on the other end, and they've been primary. I think they have got two options out of this. You put the ball in the hands of Young, or you get Will Perry open for a three, or let's give the third option. Sidibe inside has also been quite effective.
Yeah. That's yeah, there's got to go that way. I mean, Usher will tell us, I'm sure. As soon as she works out what Coach Hernandez is doing on his board, you know, you're right in there, Usher. I can see you. You're like going, you're actually telling Coach Hernandez what to do.
Absolutely. I mean, when you look at the time on the clock, he's just running a quick play that can give them a chance to shoot the ball real quick. But of course, they know that the Cape Town Tigers will be playing man-to-man defense there to deny them. It's a very close game. Every possession counts.
You know, is it the right time to go for Will Perry to try and produce that three-pointer, or do you give that ball to Young, who's just been, he's been going through the paint. He hasn't been shooting out wide, so give it to him. Have you got enough time on the clock to do it?
That is the question. They start from the baseline on the other side, and so I think Young will be the primary option on a long pass, and they might get a drop-off to one of the shooters inside.
That's what I think. I think they're going to use him and then get the ball back out to Perry. There you go.
Well, let's wait and see.
Perry has it. Quick transition, got to move. Here we go. Sidibe up to Young. Young gets it. Sidibe goes for a big bucket. Hey, look, we didn't get it right. But anyway, it could have gone either way. I'm glad that we didn't get it right, because it means that sort of, you know, they've got a few tricks up their sleeve. It's the end of the half, and look at this. This is interesting. This is very, very interesting indeed. Let's see the state of play with Zaire Wade after the break, of course. But here at the half, it's 39 points apiece. Beira level with Cape Town Tigers. We'll take a break. Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Now that we've moved on from the halftime segment, we are about to propel ourselves into the slipstream. This is where it all starts. This is the pivotal third quarter, the second half, and we're all square. This doesn't happen very often, especially in the Nile Conference, that we're all square at halftime. This tees it up beautifully for what should be an epic second half. Third quarter initially. It's 39-all, Beira up against Cape Town Tigers, and Najeel Young, New York, NY, fruits and veggies. Again, LaRussell, Rudy Gobert, Rwanda and Morocco. Well, he wants to go to Rwanda.
He wants to go to Rwanda. And if he keeps playing like this, he might lead his team to Rwanda. He's going to have a big say, especially in the second half. We talk about the cliche third quarter, but it is also important that both these teams start well. Benajay, Tulani is his nickname. LeBron James wants to visit or loves to visit South Africa. He loves the country, and pre-game song is Blicky. He loves to cook pancakes.
Okay, well, there you go. You can invite him down. There we go. The doors are flung open. All of these guys just go down to Q's house down in South Africa. There we go. Let's catch up quickly with Usher. Usher, your thoughts about this going into the second half? What did you pick up? Anything? Any news?
Well, the news is that it's great to have Zaire Wade back on the court. He's an incredible player for them on the offensive side, just setting up that court. But let's see how well he will recover now that he's back and fit and good to go.
Yeah, the treatment obviously important. That break substantially important as Ganapamo takes the pass and it comes out wide. Benije, the Nigerian. Here is Wade. Wade waits for movement. Princelow back on. He's on three fouls. That's a big bucket downtown. And Peter Princelow, Captain Marvelous for Cape Town Tigers.
Knocks down a big three, Pistol Pete.
Here he is, Young right through the middle, the same as it always is. And the rebound made safe by Sidibe. Back out to Perry, Perry for three! Goes up, it doesn't fall. Ganapamo gets another chance to get the ball out. Princelow, 2 against 1, gets it out to Sele. Oh, Sele off the foot. And it's still in possession. Wade for three. Wade for three!
had so many options on that offensive possession. I thought they blew it on the pass, but Wade was wide open and he knocks down the three.
Very important score, 39-45. All of a sudden, things are changing. Sidibe out to Young. Young biding his time. Goes up for a big shot from downtown. And there's a tussle and a wonderful battle. Look what Sele did. How did he do that?
Strength.
Prinsloo gets it back out. Benije acts as a screen. Silly doesn't fall off the metal, made safe. Will Perry. Perry down towards the baseline. I think there's a little bit of, did he just sneak over the line?
They call it double dribble or just a little carry, and Perry unhappy with the interpretation. You see that little hesitation, the ruled hand underneath, and it's a turnover.
39-45, and the little celebration there from the Tigers bench obviously means that they get back possession. Ganapamo, he's on 11 points so far. Still not firing in the way that he did in the last game. Good pass out to Wade. Wade goes up again. This time it just rolls over the top.
A hit for one from that spot a little bit earlier, looking to replicate. Misses on the shot attempt.
Perry going up, Prinsloo, and they will get possession back. There's a defensive maneuver, but they just prevented it from going down, which was the most important thing.
Well, Prinsloo hits the three wide open, and then on the other end of the floor, he gets the block inside the paint.
Prinsloo steals the ball as Sidibe comes back down to earth. Wade picks it up. Prinsloo goes into the paint. Oh, it's a wild pass out to Sele. A little bit of a high bullet pass, a little bit too strong. Can't get up as high as he normally would.
Well, Wade trying to patrol and point out the offense, asked for Prinsloo to go on the cut, couldn't hit Dele in the corner. Turnover, Tigers.
He threw it. He threw it out. There was so much venom. It was unbelievable. It was like a rocket. Young picks the ball up from Perry. Young goes into the paint, tries to turn. A wild pass. And that came off the fingertips of Sidibe, I think. And it doesn't matter. The fact is that the Tigers pick up possession. They're still sitting on that 6-point lead.
Well, similarly on the other side, Beira just can't hold a pass. It was great position on the inside. Her pass just doesn't go to hand.
Benije. Wade gets it back. Ganapamo on his own. Goes for a big shot. And he does get fouled outside of the arc. And that could be 3 shots.
Well, we'll see how they interpret where it is. It's a 2. Referee Aganubi just makes sure. But you see the elevation on Ganapamo on the inside. Gay can't quite get the cover. The contact is there, so it is 2 shots.
Absolutely, yeah, good call.
11 points for Evans Ganapamo. It's been fascinating. This is a 6-0 run. Now they make the shot, it goes up to 7. And if they can get it up to 10, it might just cause some panic on the side of Beira.
But you've got to be careful. There you go, Evans Ganapamo there, just increasing his tally up to 13. He's the top point scorer along with Benije. They've got to be careful because we know that Hernandez was made that adjustment before where they actually focus on Prinsloo and get the ball to Sidibe in the paint and just make him uncomfortable. That is a massive bucket from Nomad. How about that?
Excellent shot creation, and that is under pressure. Nomad rises up for a fantastic 3.
And the ball just slips out of the hands of Wade, and it will be Beira who pick up possession. It's a 5-point advantage here.
So, poised on a knife edge. Tight game.
Very tight. Perry on 7 points, 41 in his last game. Young tries to move into position. There's Perry. Benije is the assailant who picks up a foul.
Only first foul for Mike Benije.
I must admit, Hugh, he's extremely disciplined in defense, isn't he? On that occasion, you know, I think that he came up against Perry, who was just trying to lean into him a little bit.
Yeah, that's his rep. He's a two-way player. Can play defense and gives you a little bit on offense. But his calling card is his ability to guard different positions. in the backcourt.
Sidibe goes up and he draws a foul as he goes charging up. Now the question is, if that's Prinsloo, that's number 4. It's exactly what we just talked about, Q.
Well, I think it will be Benajay picking up his second. He was the guy right there on the contest, and Benajay did well actually to force the miss from Sidibe, who had a point-blank range opportunity. %84% for Beira from the free throw line prior to this attempt.
That's something that they can be extremely happy about. But the long-range shooting hasn't been top-notch for Beira, still lacking those big buckets from downtown.
Only one made 3 for Beira in this one.
Prinsloo, fake, big shot, another shot, pulls the trigger. Smoking Pete, is that what you call him?
Pistol Pete.
Wow, 8-22, 1 from 6, 8 from 22. That is just persistence, great work, and great perseverance there from Sidibe.
Strength, once again, just muscling his way inside. Big boy play.
Oh, out wide, Benije with a long-range shot from down in the corner. Little bit of contact there, and, well, it means that they will get the chance to go to the free throw line. Sele.
No,
sorry. Yeah, sorry, carry on, Q.
They found another look at the three-point shot. He is locked in. Peter Prinsloo, the captain, second connection from long range.
Benije. Sele, back out. A little bit lucky there. Benije keeps hold of it. Prinsloo goes up. No, surely not. Oh, it's another one. Big buckets for the big captain, marvelous.
3 for 3 for Peter Prinsloo. A fantastic shooting here in the third quarter.
Young. Oh, he's just under trouble there. Picks up by Gay. Nurmamad. Look, it's 46-53. I think this is the biggest lead that they've had. 7 points. That is sensational from Nurmamad. Just hooking it over the top.
That's big-time shot making from Nurmamad. This time off the dribble. Again, it's that matchup against Tele. Gets by him, draws the contact, and they do get the bucket. And the timeout is called on the floor.
It's a 5-point lead here with Beira trailing Cape Town Tigers 48-53. Time for a break. We'll be back in a couple of moments. There's a big bombastic confrontation taken down here, just in striking distance of the pyramids. The Giza pyramids, can you imagine that? The Nile's just a few miles down the road. Beira 48, Cape Town Tigers 53. Egypt, a place to go, place to visit. You should go. It's extraordinary. Nurmamad goes up to the free throw line. He's the man who's going to try and reel in this little lead. Little lead, it's a lead. A lead is a lead.
A lead is a lead, and that's, again, big-time shot making by Nurmamad. And he gets up to 10 points on that make.
Wade down, and a foul by Perry, I believe, who's chasing him down. And that might be a second foul for Will Perry.
Is a second foul for Will Perry and 13th foul for Beira.
But it's a good sign that Wade is back in business. If he's got that speed and he's causing problems from that ankle injury that he picked up in the first half.
And he also gives a calming influence on the offense. He controls the pace and tempo for the Tigers.
Yeah, he watches the clock as well, I think. You know, he's got his eyes most definitely on the clock. Still got a bit of a limp, but he still seems to be okay. Young gets the ball out. Here's Matt Gay of Senegal up against Prinsloo. Prinsloo trying to sneak the ball away. Gabinije, that's great work from Young, but it doesn't fall. Picked up by the Nigerian. Gets it out to Wade. Screams for the ball. Prinsloo, he's doing some pretty good work at the moment from long distance. And there's Ganapamo, and Gay commits the foul.
Well, they don't give him the continuation on that. Gay does pick up the foul. It will be on the ground. You just see the contact right there. So before he gets into the motion, the side ball foul, it will be.
4 personal fouls for Gay, which is really problematic. Oh, Sele wasn't watching. And the fast pass, got to be aware 100% all the time, be alert. Wasted possession there.
11 turnovers for the Tigers. Ferroviario have turned it over 19 times as well. That's a lot of careless mistakes with the ball in hand.
Yeah, they won't like that. 4 points difference. And Will Perry takes the ball up. So much basketball to be played. There's a long-range shot there coming in from Beira. Get a chance. Comes up again, Young, the rebound, and it's been made safe by Wade here. Takes the ball up. Benije doing really well, comes out. Prinsloo, surely not again. Oh, it's just come off the metal this time. Will Perry makes it safe, and it's thrown up to Nurmamad. He's got a path, and he's got a layup. He can't make it his, and that has gone out of play. And I think that's going to be Beira who get possession, but how about that? That's a crazy phase of play.
Crazy phase of play on both sides, and still the struggles of trying to control the boards very evident for the Tigers. 38 rebounds to the 20 of the Tigers. It's madness on the floor.
Never mind, there's no one watching, and I don't know what they're doing. You've got to keep your eye on what's happening. All of Cape Town's defense were just looking, they weren't even looking.
They caught unawares. Nurmamad slips in behind Wade, forces the foul. He gets the finish, and keeping them in this is Ismail Nurmamad.
Yeah, there it is. Wade with his second foul. Gives us a chance to go over to Usher. Usher, what have you been listening to? What have you been spying on? Who have you been spying on, in fact?
I've been spying on Nurmamade, who started playing in the Mozambican League in 2010. He's been a great figure for young players back home in Mozambique. They're happy to see him perform the way that he is here. He's a former MVP in the league and just really wants to cement his name here in the BAL.
Yeah, absolutely. Nurmamad, like you said, Q, since 2013. That's Ganapamo, Benije, back out to Wade. Gets rid of his man, goes up for a mid-range 2. It's a beautiful score as well.
Great shot making again. Wade just steps in, and comfortable 2, needed 2 for the Tigers.
Wading into double figures. Sorry, I just had to do that. Nurmamad outside, gets rid of Silly. Bumps into Prinsloo, and I think Prinsloo is going to get that. He won't get the foul against him, or will he?
No foul call. The ball will go out of bounds, and it's going to be Beira basketball. They do keep it. No call by the referee.
You know, I think that's all that matters. He'll be a little bit frustrated with that, though, because he did produce a little smirky smile, like going, "Come on, guys."
It was good work.
But Prinsloo not committing the foul is a positive. Here's Perry around the outside, gets the ball into the... Oh, this time it's Sidibe who just knocks over Ganapamo. And this is going to be interpreted with a defensive foul, and he will go to the free throw line.
Well, it was quite interesting because crew chief made the call on the other side. There were 2 different calls, then because the seniority, the Sidibe picking up 15 points and 10 rebounds with 2 blocks, and that was a big call going the way of Sidibe.
Yes, and also it's important to note that Julian Scott was the one next to where the foul happened.
Thank you, Asha. Here he is, Wade. Wade still maneuvering with that dazzling performance. Goes up and in! Big shot from Wade! Bring it on.
Taking responsibility here down the stretch and continuing his best offensive showing in the BAL.
Oh, it's just chucked into the hands of that Mamungwambe. Prinsloo down, and they turn the ball over. Benije calms things down. Wade back out, loads of time. The Nigerian goes up. Big shot comes off the metal on the wrong side.
He lined it up, just couldn't laser it in. Mike Benije misses the wide open shot.
Fantastic tussle and a hustle. That's great work from Young. He needed to get his points. It's been a long time since he scored.
Inside, his effectiveness is unmatched. Nice find and super finish with his offhand.
It's a 1-point game. We're back in business. Ganapamo this time. He's got Silly outside of him. Silly. He's going to go down himself. Who knows? Benije goes up 3 points. Oh, just off the medal. He gets knocked out of bounds. I think there's Young with contact, which is not good for Beira. And it's only his second foul, so he's okay.
Second foul, but he sends Benije to the line for 3 shots.
That's true. It's the left arm that's still up in the air. Smart play by Benije as well.
He didn't go outside of his cylinder. The contact comes just on the arm. And big free throws here.
And he's been very slick and very smooth from the free throw line. 12 points, moves to 13, level with Ganapamo. Having a little bit of a tussle with Wade as well now. 3 players, all both in double figures.
Well, Benije was drafted 49th overall in 2016 by the Detroit Pistons. One of the 2 players on display in this conference that have played in the NBA.
Nigerian international. Smooth shooting from the line, and they move 4 points ahead. Will Perry taking the ball up court. Trying to wriggle around, loses man. Sidibe. Oh, that's been bumped over big time, and that means the world to the Tigers because Benije forces the offensive foul and they get possession back, the Tigers. That's a big defensive play, isn't it?
You get to see his two-way ability, making 3 big free throws on the other end, and this time getting his body in front of big Najeel Young.
1 minute and 11 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, and they're still going. This cat and mouse fight continues. Young takes a breather. And on comes Chirombe. Ganapamo, Wade waits for movement. Tries to find some space. Ganapamo. There's Wade. Oh, that is sensational. He's coming to the fore tonight, despite the fact that he's been in the wars, but he's all smiles there. That's a big score.
That's a great find from Ganapamo. He opted not to look for his own offense. Sees Wade cutting. Nice find. Up and in. Good finish.
But the thing is that he's attracted a lot of attention with 2 players already. So the moment that Wade moved into position meant that they opened up so much space and a good scoring opportunity.
14 points. Zaire Wade, he can go tied top scorer alongside Benije if he makes this free throw.
Prinslo's, what are you calling him?
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete is probably getting his next 2 big long-range buckets could take him up and ahead. Level. Perry out wide. Sombe, Sidibe, and look at that, take it right through. Well, no, I think it came off Prinslow. It just is a little touch.
Oh,
yeah.
Benije
close, isn't it?
and Sidibe both in close vicinity of the basketball. The call is made. It's Ferroviario basketball.
Sidibe, Prinslow needs to hang on. Needs to always long-range shot coming in from Perry. His 3-pointer doesn't go. Picked up by Wade. 56-63, the 7-point lead. They're looking to make it their biggest lead possible. There's 20 seconds remaining. 12 on the shot clock. Oh, he's been dispossessed, taken up by Nurmamad. Look at that from Selepe. Not much time left on the clock, 9 seconds to try and get a bucket. Last play, going up, he goes up, he doesn't go in, and there's the foul that's been committed once again. Wade causing all sorts of problems in the paint.
That was another great drive, and that was all the defensive work from Selepe coming back, catching the defense or the offense sleeping just a little bit, and Wade back to the free throw line he goes.
But these are big plays at big moments in the game. Look, 2.9 left in the 3rd quarter. The bragging rights, the psychological advantage of going into the 4th quarter when you've just extended your lead and you've just snatched the ball away, you know, with a little bit of skullduggery like Selepe produced there, is top-notch.
although he played some basketball in the G League for the Salt Lake City Stars, and he was shooting it at 67% from the free throw line in the G League. He'll try and up that percentage here in the BAL-Africa League.
Prinsloo. And there it is, a fine shot, and he pushes himself to top scorer now with 17 points. Long range shot coming in, doesn't drop. And how about that? Well, interesting, very interesting. 9-point lead for the Tigers going into the fourth quarter. Here in Cairo, it's 56 for Beira, 65 for Cape Town. 10 more minutes to play. Beira of Mozambique, a beautiful country down in southeastern Africa, up against South Africa's Cape Town Tigers. The game summary cue. Well, look at those 3-pointers. 9 from 27, 1 from 9 for Beira.
Well, it's been the tail of the tape, but it's the inside play of Beira that has kept them in this one. If they can unlock some perimeter shooting in the fourth quarter, we might see a change in the narrative. But Cape Town Tigers have done a great job of sharing the basketball, going up above the average. They've only averaged 66 points in open play in this conference, so they are above their average already, and we still have 10 minutes to go. There's still one more chapter left in this one, and it should be an interesting one. I think we're strapping our seatbelts, strap up our seatbelts, and get ready for this ride.
Super, super exciting. And everybody who's watching, wherever you are in the world, enjoy. Sit back and enjoy. This is going to be riveting as the Tigers have possession, biggest lead so far since the very beginning. 9 points they have, and there's Ganapamo going up for a big shot. It doesn't fall. Sidibe makes it safe. Sidibe, Young picks it up. Young on 15 points. Nomad leaves it for Young. Tries to go around. Benije, oh, it doesn't fall. And nicely passed into the path of Zaire Wade. Out wide, Benije. That's nicely done. He loves that position, he really does. Ganapamo with something extraordinary.
Some signs of chemistry on the offensive end for Cape Town. That's a nice drop-off into space for Ganapamo to finish.
They do connect very well, Wade and Ganapamo. There's no doubt about that. Nomad, not many options there. Sele making life very complicated for him. And was there contact on Sidibe?
Yeah, they called the foul on Prinsloo on the ground. He's a little bit caught up in the upset because that's his fourth personal. He was the spark in the third with those threes. And here he is picking up a foul early in the fourth.
Well, we know who's going to come on and replace him if he goes off. Sibagnoni's going to be the option, logically. But first of all, they need to just deal with this and try and keep themselves ahead. With that man doing what he does in the paint, it's very dangerous. Young with 2.
Working that matchup. Young is so tough to cover. 17 points for Najil Young.
Prinsloo, he's throwing the dummy, goes up, and he doesn't manage to get himself the points, but he does draw the foul, and you can see that Mangwambe is down on the ground. Sorry, it's Sidibe.
No, that's also Sidibe's fourth, and this matchup has been well contested. Now both bigs in foul trouble.
And Prinsloo
just his third.
Goes to the free throw line, could be the fourth player to hit double figures.
Correction, is third on Sidibe.
And there he is, 10 points for Pistol Pete.
Captain Prinsloo has been fantastic for the Tigers.
2 from 2, stepped it up, just moving into position. Got some 3-pointers in the last encounter against Ahly. Now he's back in business. Picked up, here we go again.
4 Tigers in double digits.
4 Tigers in double digits as Young goes for a mid-range 2. It comes off the rim. Sidibe again, Young's outside of him. Ganapamo does well, shot clock down to 10, rushing it maybe a little bit. And they don't need to. There's Prinsloo, he's not going to let go of that. No one will get that out of the hands of Pistol Pete.
Well, the ball is contested, and it is a jump ball. And so possession arrow favors Ferroviario. They do get possession on the baseline.
Nurmamad, Sidibe. Here's Will Perry, Sidibe, out wide to Matt Gay of Senegal. The West African goes on a little wander, does really well. Very strong drive, gets around, Prinsloo and in.
Aggressive attack. Prinsloo had to let him go, and that was a really good finish from Gay. 42 points in the paint to the 18 of the Tigers.
Yeah, that's it. That's where the difference is. But oh, look at that, beautifully done, and a fantastic score. Look at what, you know, peripheral vision. Wade has it all, but they got to keep their eyes open because they go quicker in transition.
Averaging 4.5 assists a game. He's now up to 4 with that pass.
That's great rebounding from Young. But where was the Cape Town defense?
They just have been leaking points inside the paint on second chance opportunities. Young again, 19 now.
Wade, oh, he's shouting, screaming for the ball. Sele, he was in the paint on his own, and that is a traveling call on Prinsloo. You can see that he's calling, he apologizes, Wade, because he knows that that should have been in his path.
Well, every single possession important. They'll try and go deep in the shot clock. The Tigers, they will try and slow it down. And if they can't go in transition, they'll do that as well.
9 points separating the two teams. Young, Sidibe, Young. Let's see what the movement's like in the paint. Young goes around and in. That's a big score from Young. He moves up to 21 points.
He's getting the ball at the top of the key, being allowed to work. It's a tough cover because of his strength, and he gets a finish now. His leads all scorers on the floor.
Silly gets the ball back to Wade. Looks for options. There's Ganapamo. He's up against Young. Very complicated. Not the right pass into that path of Asile. Watch out for Nurmamad. Loses possession. I think they've got it back. They have. And the Tigers, they go roaring again. Ganapamo wades out wide. Loses possession. That was contact by Perry, I believe.
Well,
possibly Sidibe.
Possibly Sidibe. And it is called on Sidibe. He's just right there. Get a hand on.
It's the snake hand, but it's not to get rid of the ball.
Well, great defense. Well, fourth personal foul now for Sidibe, and he goes into foul trouble as well.
64-71. I think we're going to take a small break, and we'll come back with more of this. So, the scenario right now is that, well, you can see the scoreline. Look how much time we got left on the clock. 6:21. Beira, well, looking for their second win. Cape Town Tigers looking for their second one. And there's a lot going on, Q, here tonight.
12 lead changes. They've been tied 5 times. We've been treated to some really fantastic basketball. And it has been really crazy because Gay in foul trouble, and so is Sidibe, and that's going to be a factor. Peter Prinsloo, 4 fouls for the Tigers.
We're going to hear from Asha, because Asha, what was happening over there following that little break?
Well, Coach Rashid Hazard is just emphasizing to Zaire Wade he needs to play defense on Will Perry no matter what. He needs to take the ball at him on the offensive side and just literally drive into that paint and go to the free throw line if need be, but perhaps also draw in 2 players and then dish to whoever is available.
That sounds so easy, right?
Yeah, because basketball is very easy, you know.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. First of all, okay, let's see if it pays off. So Wade, he gets the screen. Prinsloo gets the ball back, goes for a big bucket. Doesn't fall this time. And the tussle and the battle, Nurmamad gets his hands on it. They get possession back, though. That's good work from Sele.
Yeah, getting tangled up. Both players quick to get the ball on the floor. Possession arrow, the way of the Tigers.
You know, sometimes you just get tangled up in the mangrove swamp, and that's really complicated, you know?
I mean, where the mambas are.
Ah, that's exactly true, isn't it? A snake pit. 64-71. Here they go. Benije, Wade. Silly, patience is a virtue. Ganapamo, he gets the ball out wide. Is Benije going for a big shot. It comes back off the metal. Wrong side, front side of the rim, and no points have been scored. Matt Gay to Young. Young is the danger, one of the dangerous elements of this Beira team. Mid-range 2, he goes up. Rarely does he miss from that range. It's picked up by Ganapamo. Need to use the clock at the same time, Q, right?
He's trying to create an opportunity to get back inside. So goes for the mid-range shot. It doesn't fall, and that's unconventional for Young from what we've seen from him in this offense.
Benije back out. Prinsloo goes around the outside, tries to, well, just hook it over the top. Nemamad, big bucket, knocked down 67-71.
And shot making of the highest order. That is his area. He likes the elbow, loves it from downtown, and that was in transition. Big time shot again from Nemamad.
Wade. Ganapamo unable to get past Young. Good defensive play. Ganapamo hesitant, and Perry picks possession up. We're down to 4 points here. It's going to go to the wire as Perry tries to find some space. Gets the ball to Sidibe. Good score. It's a 2-point game. All of a sudden, they're back in.
Quality playmaking. That is what an experienced point guard does. That beautiful find and frees up his big for an easy 2.
A lot of things happening here now. Kabinije goes up. No one's going to stop him there, surely, apart from a fouling Nemamad, who brings him down, and he will go to the free throw line.
Well, initially it looked like he had the option on the left-hand side. Could have gone quickly, but he drew the foul from Nemamad. You see a little bit of space. Oh, no, defense was right there, and contact the right option. There's Nemamad in space, knocking down a wide open pressure 3.
It's a very big score, isn't it, from Nemamad? Such a talismanic player for Beira of Mozambique. Benije.
16 big points for Nemamad, just trailing behind Young and Sidibe. 3 players in double digits for this Ferroviario de Beira team.
17 points. Just look what he's been doing. Ball comes back out potentially. No, it's been picked up. Oh, they've stolen it back. Shot clock back to 24. And Wade, now they can smartly maneuver themselves into it. They lead by 2. Wade around the outside. Benije accelerates, goes up and under. Oh! Massive score. Lovely stuff there from Benije.
Could feel him willing it in. That was a fantastic make from Benije.
How he manages to do that. Young goes up. Oh, that's the response. Big 3 from that man Young, up to 24. Top scorer today so far.
It's only his second 3 in this conference. That's amazing shot making from Young.
Prinsloo, Wade doesn't have an option down in the corner. Goes up for a sky floater over the top, but it doesn't fall. It's been picked up by Perry. It's a 1-point lead here for the Tigers as Perry tries to dance around Wade, finds a little bit of space. Wade commits the foul, and he will pick up his 3rd.
Well, these teams have played each other 3 times. 2 of those games have gone down to single possessions and 1-point differences. 1-1 in terms of that, because it was Ferroviario picking up 1 win, so did Cape Town Tigers, and the Tigers winning out in that Division East final by 10.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear Hernandez, Coach Hernandez, just talk about it as Nemamad going up, and he tries to get it in. It doesn't go down, and they still hold on to that 1-point lead. And we're into the last few minutes, and it's going to be a tight tussle right to the wire, and there's going to be a nervous encounter. Benije for 3. It just doesn't fall off the metal. Tense times here. Will Perry taking it up into enemy territory. Watched on, monitored by Wade. Goes through the middle. Oh, that's just lost control, Matt Gay, and the ball just spills out. It will be the Tigers who pick up possession.
That was brave and adventurous play from Perry, trying to find Gay in the air. It doesn't connect, then it goes out of bounds for another turnover.
Wade just slowing it down, but not too much. Benije gets the ball out to Prinsloo. Prinsloo sees an option. Benije, shot clock down to 7. Gets knocked out of his hands. And Sidibe claims that it's going to be a Beira ball, falls on deaf ears. Coach has very vocal on the side. Everybody's very vocal. This is a vocal finale, isn't it, Q?
This is where it all counts, all the preparation.
Ganapamo for 3, and it just comes off the metal on the wrong side. Can't get his range. Nemamad picks it up. The nerves. Everybody's super nervous around here.
It's intense on the floor.
Big time. Nurmamad goes up, Nurmamad goes up, and it goes in.
Fantastic, fantastic, big time drive and finish with the offhand. They have no answer for Ismail Nurmamad.
Great acceleration at the tail end of this very, very tightly contested encounter. Ganapamo. Oh, it's a beautiful basket off the glass there. Lovely jump shot, lovely hanging in the air.
Another lead change. Back and forth we go.
Perry, looking for options. Gets the ball to Sidibe, Nurmamad. We're down to 130. McGee goes up for a big shot. Oh, that is sensational. Big time three-pointer there for Nurmamad.
It's a 2 just inside. Nurmamad carrying this team on his shoulders on the offensive end.
Wade, 1:15. He tries to find his way through. Does he pick the ball up? He somehow does. We don't know how. He still has the ball. Benije off the metal on the wrong side, down. Now Young, and now they're in possession and they're in the lead. It's crazy. Beira holding it on. Will Perry making big calls to try and organize his players. Young there needs to go up for a big shot. The big shot doesn't fall. It's been made safe. They have possession. Oh, this is turning into something wild. 44 seconds remaining. Trying to find his way through. Sele gets the ball out. There's no foul. And they pick possession up. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. 30 seconds left to play.
Big turnover from Sele.
And no one calling a timeout, nothing. Nurmamad goes in. Nurmamad, Sidibe drops it in. It's a big score.
That is fantastic playmaking under pressure. The big find, big finish, and Ferroviario go up 3 points.
Massive score indeed. Look at the reaction from the bench. Sidibe with a stunning score there. 19 points for him. And as you can see, 78-75, and we have 19.8 seconds left on the clock here.
Yeah, now it's decision time for the Tigers. Do they try and go inside to get the end one? Do they shoot from the perimeter? Who takes the shot? No, we're going to find out because they have a couple of options. They've got Ganapamo. Prinsloo has been red hot on the floor, and Benije has been their primary point of offense. Where do they go? What does Coach have in terms of X's and O's prepared for this scenario?
And we got Sele as well, who's playing some fantastic basketball, but maybe not so much in the second half of the game, but his first half was emphatic. Yeah, what will they do? This is going to be a big call coming from their coach. Coach has, as we saw, Coach Jose Neto watches on. They qualified, of course, Petro Luanda for Kigali. Nurmamad, 20 points. What he's produced in the second half is extraordinary.
He has been absolutely stellar on the offensive end. Big-time shot making under pressure. Has gone inside, has been outside, and has carried the offense on his shoulders and done so. He's leading the way from the floor, on the floor.
Well, just a quick update from the sideline. Coach Hazard drawing up a play for the Cape Town Tigers to look for a best line shot, and the responsibility for now has been given to Prinsloo, the captain.
Yep, it definitely has. Let's see where it goes. He's being tightly watched by Sidibe. Where is this going to go? Wade has the ball. 3 points. Here we go. It's in play. Benije off the metal. And is that a foul? There is a foul. There is a foul, and it goes against the Tigers. And that is a big blow at a time when they really needed to try and keep hold of possession or at least get a foul. It's not the case.
Well.
Oh, wait, I don't think it's the case. They're going up to the...
Timeout called. It looks like the foul was called on the contact from Young
on Ganapamo down in the corner, because he was about to take the ball from the rebound, didn't manage to didn't manage to... No, I think this is... Usher, you're going to feed us the right information when it comes through, but we're just getting the lay of the land. Timeout's been called, I think.
Just a quick update. There's been a technical foul on the CFV-Beira bench after, you know, the call from the referee from Mali Mahmadou Diallo.
And Luis Hernandez has called a timeout as well. So, well, we expected a little bit of drama at the end. It's actually happening.
It's got to happen. This is a game that has got immense ramifications for both of these clubs. And you can tell how much it means to the Beira bench. You see how much it means to the Tigers. And also, it is a Southern African derby. These teams have been locked in tight contests before. This one means the most, I think, to both of these clubs.
Massive battle. Rivals of Southern Africa. And a 3-point lead for Beira. And
well, just to emphasize, gentlemen, the technical foul was because the Beira bench jumped onto the court in celebration of that rebound.
Okay, thank you very much, Usher.
Siyabonga, as you say in South Africa. Thank you.
There we go. And it is Benije who goes up to the free throw line.
So there'll still be Beira possession out of this.
With 16 to play. Full court press expected. A little bit of physical action expected. The shot's good. Now. Now. This is it. This is where the game will be won. This final play, 16 seconds remaining.
So 2-second differential between shot and
clock.
game.
That's right, yeah. And that could be Cape Town's advantage. Will Perry, just running away.
Smart play by Beira. They got the ball into the hands of their best free throw shooter and forced the foul from Prinsloo. That's going to be his 5th foul, so he's going to be out of it. And they also send very, very high percentage free throw shooter to the free throw line. Oh, 4th foul.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 4th foul. So they just get it on the side, but Selepe comes on because he's fast and he can get to the ball and he can make turnovers. Let's see what they can do. Here they go, Sele.
Sele has to foul. That's his 3rd.
Doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. It's one of those things. But the trouble is that was the 5th team foul for Cape Town, so he will go to the free throw line.
Young, big free throws here.
And they want to hope that he doesn't score both, so they still got a chance. But he's been shooting extremely well.
It was only 50% in the tournament, but that doesn't matter at all. Big free throw for Young. Gets both. Takes the game above 2 possessions.
10.8 seconds remaining. Timeout called, obviously, by Coach Haz. 80-76. A riveting finale to this big battle here in Cairo.
Well, they have to get a quick score either way, and then they're going to send Beira back to the free throw line. It's going to come down to free throw shooting and shot making down the stretch here for both these teams. Cape Town need to make a shot out of the timeout. They need to get a quick foul. If they miss, it'll probably be all she wrote. So someone has got to step up and make a shot. And on the other end, they've got to get a quick foul. It doesn't matter who they foul. That person's got to go and make those 2 free throws, and then it could potentially be game on. But those are scenarios that I'm sure the coaches are running through their heads.
But he's sure as well. That's how it is. This is money time. But they're probably hoping that Young didn't get both of those shots from the free throw line. It's a game changer. 4 points makes it complicated, Usher. What are they going to do?
Listen.
Go on, tell us.
So many words could have been used here, but they want to try and make the best of these remaining 10 seconds. The odds are literally against them, but they'll try to look for that baseline shot once again and see if they can break this deficit to 1 point.
I mean, logically, I'm looking at Ganapamo or Benije.
Whitbread in as well to try and space and spread the floor.
10.8 seconds remaining. They've got 1 win and 2 losses, both teams. A win here today would give them a very good chance of qualifying for the playoffs in Kigali. So much at stake, and a 4-point lead for Beira. Benije. Wade picks it up. Benije tries to get past, tries to find some space. There's the big shot, doesn't fall, and that's gone out of play. 4 seconds remaining.
Well, that miss all but signals the missed chance for a dagger for the Cape Town Tigers. They have very little time left on the clock, and all they can potentially do now is foul and push the ball up the floor. For the Beira, for the team from Mozambique, though, it's looking good on their end.
Yeah, Beira very much clambering back. At one point, they were trailing by 9 points. They were in a tricky position going into the fourth quarter, but they managed to clamber back. They just, you know, seized their opportunities, to make the most out of those moments where they found the big man in the paint. Sidibe and Young really coming to the fore to provide us with some good scores and difficult times, but still not out of it, of course.
Not out of it at all, but really, when they look back, or when Ferroviario looks back, Ismail Nomamad needs to take a bow. He played fantastically in the second half. Najeel Young with his 26 points, again, just contributing, almost being unstoppable on the inside. Just a little bit more, maybe one more page in this chapter of the fourth quarter.
4 seconds, 4 points. Beira in possession. Just look at this. Everyone's being very tightly marked into the hands of Will Perry. And Benije with the foul. 2:07 left on the clock. Kind of know that they've done it. Kind of know it, don't they, Q?
They do kind of know it. It's 2 possessions with 2 seconds. It's the bridge too far, and you're sending a 94% free throw shooter to the free throw line.
And Perry makes it 5 from the free throw line. And this means that Coach Hernandez has done it, and another score as well. And it's all over. They know it. Beira are successful. That is 2 wins out of 4 played, and a very important victory there for Coach Hernandez, who knows just how much it means to Will Perry, all of these guys. They've fought valiantly. They're celebrating. Nomamad is in the arms of all of his players because he's the one who's being celebrated. A very important player from Mozambique who stood out from the crowd with 20 points. The final score here, Beira 82, Cape Town Tigers 76.
They were fantastic on the day. Najeel Young's 26 points, he got 3 fouls. Sidibe was a problem inside the paint. And when they look back with the Tigers and they will review the game, 57-28 was the rebound count on the inside. They were just out-rebounded. And second chance points was where they were just dominated by this Ferroviario de Beira team. 52 points in the paint and 22 second chance opportunities.
Well, there's Najeel Young. He was the top scorer, 26 points. They had 3 players. Sidibe with 19 points. He's one happy man. There he is with his and his wife, of course, and they're just having a magical moment, making a lot of noise on the side of the court to support Dad, which is wonderful to see. It means the world to him, and you know, for a newcomer in the BAL, he must be very content because, well, that's an important win, isn't it, for Beira? Battled valiantly to get themselves this victory, and we'll get his reaction right now because he's going to be talking to us and giving his verdict and his opinions.
Well, Yang, a double-double for you, 26 points, 13 rebounds. How big of a performance was that for you and your teammates?
Man, it was massive. We needed to squeeze this win out so we can go and solidify our spot for the finals. And man, it was just a gutsy win. Some missed calls, some bad shots, some missed turnovers, all those things, but we found a way to squeeze it out.
You were down at some point by 11 points. What kept you going as a team?
Just knowing that we had to squeeze out this win. You know, we've been here before, being down and having to fight back, and I trust my guys to come out here and make plays. And I knew that they was counting on me to get going and make some shots. I missed a ton of shots tonight, but hey, that's what they count on me to do, and I made some late down the stretch. So.
2 wins now in 4 games. You're one step closer to making it to the playoffs in Kigali. How do you go into your next fixture?
The same way that we came into this one. You know, come in and take care of business. We have to do a much better job guarding. They scored a lot of points here in this game, and I think we got to do a much better job closing the paint and getting out to guys that can shoot. But overall, we got the win, and I'm happy.
Well, just lastly, looking at the way you celebrated the victory, are you going to continue with that, or are you focusing on your next game?
We got one more Friday, so we're going to close out this thing strong and concentrate on the Oilers. I know they haven't been, they haven't got any wins yet, but they're not a bad team. They got talented players, so we got to come in, focus, and do what we need to do first thing on Friday. Thank
you so much, and all the best.
Nigel Young, yeah, just focusing one game at a time. He fits into that team quite well, Q, I get the impression.
Yeah, they was a great pickup. He's been influential and instrumental inside the paint. 41% to the 38 of the Tigers, 82-76 the final score. When you look at how restrained they were in their shot selection from the three-point line, those threes from Ismail Nemamad, when you look at the final tally from the three-point line with only 3 threes made, they were huge. And especially in the context of the comeback from CFV-Beira, Cape Town Tigers 9 of 34, having their best outing from the perimeter, but they were just dominated inside the paint. 26 and 13 leading the way, alongside the 19 and 15 from Sidibe. Well, those two really dominated the paint.
Fantastic double-double, isn't it, for Sidibe? 19 and 15, pretty impressive. Nemamad and Young, and then Will Perry played his catalytic converter role today, not hitting the 3 points, but what he did was just basically make sure that everybody else was in a good place to fight this battle. They came back and they provided us with some fireworks here. Gabinije with 20 points, 7 rebounds, 17 points for Wade. He'll be very happy with that. Happy that he actually stayed on court as well, because he just a couple of times his ankle wasn't looking good, and there's Sele as well played an important role because Josh Hall was obviously injured.
Yeah, he did play an important role, and at stages was really good for the Tigers on the floor. Obviously, disappointment on the Tigers bench, as they should be. They picked up a very important loss here, and their fate might not even be in their hands anymore. They can only do what they can in terms of picking up a win. But for CFV-Beira, there's going to be a lot of joy on that bench.
Look at that slack. Well, losing against Petro Rwanda, outmuscled them once again for 4 from 4 to qualify for Kigali for the finals, which begins on the 20th. Beira victorious over the Tigers tonight. Petro take on Ahly tomorrow, and then on Friday, and the City Oilers will play Beira on Friday night. Battles galore taking place. It's going to be so exciting.
Fiery Friday in Cairo, and the desert sun is not the only thing scorching here. It's going to be the action on the floor.
Oh, listen to Q. He's going for it big time. There you can see it. Petro Rwanda, maximum wins from wins, 4 from 4. Ahly 3 from 3. They go again tomorrow, of course. And Beira up there now with 2 wins, and just cementing their position in that 3rd position ahead of the Cape Town Tigers. Will go again on Saturday. Well, Slack and the City Oilers down there in 5th and 6th positions. And so much to play for. Thanks very much for watching. It's been incredible. Thank you, Q. Thank you, Usher. Thanks to the team. Oh, I think we need to take a breather before we come back on Friday. Shukran and yalla, yalla, yalla.